to record the podcast now where I'd continue this conversation. Um, so so give me a bit here. Hello and welcome back to the Pacific Perspectives podcast. I am your host, Nux Memes. Our special guest for the day is Xavier, not Mimamoto. This is his first time on the pod. Do you want to give us your name and one fun fact about you?
No, I'm actually all right. So you just found me on like the streets of Edmonton. I don't really know what this is about. So
As if I'd be in fucking Edmonton ever.
you almost did come to Edmonton in the future.
When the hell did I
In the
almost?
future,
I almost in the future came to Edmonton.
yeah, for the World Juniors.
We don't even know if I could still.
I don't think that's happening. Totally honest with
Well, I could. It could just be me, and we can hang out in your empty house all week and run two mans.
you.
Wait, sorry,
Hang
you have a
out,
girlfriend.
hang
Run one
out.
mans.
One man's on each other. You mean?
Run. No, no, no. I run one mans in your mansion, and you stay at your girlfriend's place.
Anyways, let's get into the podcast here. What do we got to talk about here? What happened in the Canucks land?
Nah. We should start with the game yesterday because it was
We
very,
should.
very incredible,
We
and
should.
you're gonna be really, really annoying about it.
So just to recap, I won't be that annoying. I'm the most controversial player in the league, Evan Bouchard. No matter what you say about him, half of every fan base is going to disagree with you. Maybe more. Maybe more. Some people think he's underrated. Some people think he's hilariously overrated. You guys know where I stand. But yesterday, he got 6 points in a 6-5 overtime absolute classic between the Oilers and the Caps. I swear, every time the Capitals come to Edmonton, it's just a classic. I feel like they have the most overtime games compared to anyone. Even when they go to Washington, they're pretty good too. It's one of those just really really classic Eastern matchups. But McDavid had 5 points, and nobody's talking about it because Evan Bouchard is the first Oiler to have a hat trick since like 2003, since Butkus McGee got it with. You know what I
Defense,
actually found out? So he was the first.
defenseman.
Yeah, he was the first defenseman in a long time. I think in the 22 years for the Oilers to score a hat trick. But
After 22 years, Evan Bouchard.
you know what was strange to me is Kevin Lowe has a 6 point game for the Oilers. Like if you look at just his stats, that's like if Ty Emberson, that's like if the Oilers were a little bit better and they won like a few Stanley Cups and Ty Emberson had 6 points one game. Like that just wouldn't really make sense. He did play a lot for those Oilers, but he capped out at like 40 points. So he was never getting points, and somehow that guy gets six. They really must have been feeding him. Um,
Well, somehow Sam Gagne got 8 in one game, so really anything's possible.
yeah, but I mean, he was a bit of a scorer. Like
Also,
he was a
Justin Sordif
forward.
just got 5.
Yeah, no, that's pretty weird. Sorty respect Sordif though. He's pretty good.
No, I like him. I like him. He's a Vancouver Giants legend. I thought he was really good in the series against Abbotsford while he was playing on Charlotte last year. He's a good player. Maybe not 5 points, good player, but I respect him.
He ripped an absolute missile against Ingram. I at first look, it kind of looked like Ingram just it was a bad goal, and he did get pulled. And I kind of disagree with that pull, even though he won. But it was a piss missile. I don't think most goalies have that. Besides, like the big like five, like Sorokin and Vasilevsky. It was a really good shot. Everyone was clowning the Capitals in the summer when they made that trade for Sordif for a second round pick. He was really just he was like a fourth round, fifth round pick that wasn't producing insanely in the AHL. Nothing about him really screamed that he could play even in the top nine.
No, 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 no. He was very, very good in the AHL.
He was good in the AHL, but he's not someone that it doesn't matter how good you are in the AHL. If that's all you have to your resume and you're not like a top draft pick, nobody's trading that high of a draft pick for you. It wasn't a first round
Well,
pick.
he played in the NHL a little bit last year. He definitely proved that on some team he could be an NHL player, and he just got moved to a team that would let him be an NHL player, and now he's thriving.
But are you trading a second round pick for like a good pro? Like that doesn't typically happen.
I think it was a little bit surprising at the start, but I don't think I was as hard on it as a lot of people were because I watched him play against Abbotsford and he was really good. And like the second round pick, I think that's a good return for Florida. But like right now, sort of has 11 goals this season. I think you definitely give the second round pick for that every day. And I think, like at the time, I was like, yeah, that isn't even that bad because I do think second round picks are somewhat overrated.
Oh, I'd agree with that. Yeah. And late first round picks as well. Like that's only like a 40-30% chance in NHLer for like yeah, in hindsight, that was probably a decent trade. And obviously you got to give a hand to these Caps Pro Scouts. Like that's an incredible find.
I guess this is a natural time for me to say Elliot Friedman reposted from Alex Adams. Linus Ullmark has been added to the Sens active roster. So
Oh,
Ullmark is now
finally.
back. I don't know if this helps Ottawa too much.
Well, you know what? He's supposed to be an elite goalie, and it's a really weird situation where they're kind of like the Oilers in past years, where they're actually a very good team. They're actually first in the league in expected goals for at like 5v5 per game. So they're pretty good. I'd argue they're a top 10 team if they get an average goalie. But I mean, Olmark was supposed to solve those
Yeah.
issues. He was really supposed to.
Well, you have to think at some point. I mean, you look at the past like 5 years and how no goalie has been working out in Ottawa, and at some point, it's not the players;
Oh
it's
yeah.
the coaches. So I don't know how they still have the same goalie coach. They've used 5 goalies this year, and all of them are in the negatives for GSAX. Levi Marilainen, terrible. Hunter Shepard, very small. Mad Sogard had 1 game and he was brutal in it. Allmark has been bad, and James Reimer choked
Savior.
that 1 game.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe Allmark had a good mental reset during his time off. Maybe
You
he'll
hope.
come back stronger. That would be very nice to see. I love Ottawa, and I'm cheering for Allmark. You know, he's been through a lot recently, especially recently because of all the rumors that were spread about him. So I'm hoping he comes back and dominates again. But I don't know. I think Ottawa might be cooked in net forever.
I don't know. There's clearly something that like the analytics are not seeing because they're kind of average with their defensive stats. There's got to be something that maybe rush chances. I know they're much worse on the private analytics. So there's, I mean, no defense is that bad where every goalie is going to have an 850 save percentage. Like that's not possible. But I do like the idea of firing the goalie coach because at some point it's been a long time since they've had like a consistently good goalie.
They're also terrible at penalty killing. They
Oh
are
yeah,
second last in the league. Do you know who's last? Hey, do you want to take a stab at who's last? Do you want to guess right now? Guess who's last?
the Canucks.
Oh, Ben, good guess, man. Yeah, we're 50% in 2026. Anyway, yeah, there's problems
Damn.
with keeping the puck out of the net in Ottawa. Hopefully, Elmark has reset himself and will become good. But I want to see Ottawa in playoffs again. Like they have a really good team, and as you said, the analytics are good except for in net. So there's no reason why they can't still make the playoffs if they just get some goaltending now. I mean, PDO regression. Waiter,
Waiter,
more
waiter.
more PDO.
I love that video.
I'm hoping they make it. I think it's too stacked in the East for them to make it, but I would love to see them make it.
You know, I mean, excuse me. At this point, you gotta
Oh my
wonder, like,
God! Start again.
at this point, you have to wonder who they're gonna like keep over, because I'm looking at the East right now, and I besides Panthers, nobody outside of the playoffs, I think, even has above a 10% chance. And even at this point, I'd probably only give the Panthers like a 50-50 chance, even though they have Kachuk back. They're 5 points out. Bobrovsky is typical regular season Bobrovsky. It would be a shame if they didn't make it. That would suck. But like Detroit, I don't see them falling off. Tampa has like one of the best offensive seasons of the last decade. Buffalo is a legit resurgence and like they have every line going. The Hurricanes, I mean, they're regular season merchants. They're gonna dominate the Metro. The Penguins, maybe you see them fall out, but I don't know. The next closest Metro team is the Flyers, and I mean, we know they suck. We know they suck. I don't see anyone in the East falling out besides maybe Boston. Maybe.
It's worth pointing out that Detroit does have a very hard strength of schedule left, and will
No, we don't
very
care about that.
consistently fall off at some point. Um, I think I hope I really like the playoff picture right now in the East. I think it's
It's sick.
a really really fun one. Um, I like the fact that Buffalo's like actually good. and not just fake good for that winning streak.
Yeah.
And then there's Montreal too. Montreal isn't going to fall off. They're like if they get somewhat okay goaltending, then their offense is just so good with Caulfield. I mean that power play, Caulfield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Demidov, Hudson. That's insane. Who is stopping that
It's
ever?
insane. They still have a little bit to be desired defensively, especially from like Dobson, Matheson, and Hudson. I think that's
Huh?
probably where they
What?
primarily are a little shaky. But
I
besides
don't
that, their
know
offense
if
has really developed.
I don't know if it's still the case, but Dobson definitely was recently the NHL's block shots leader.
Well,
So
I'm not. I don't mean to say that they're bad. It's just they don't have a single really good defensive guy on that blue line. Besides, for depth, probably Carrier, and he's having a pretty bad
man,
season.
why does this not have block shots leaders? That's so lame. It has hits leaders, doesn't it? Yeah, it has hits leaders and not block shots
Surely
leaders.
there's a way
Okay.
to find it.
Well, I'm gonna go into Google.
Who do you think is the Oilers' block shots leader?
Probably Bouchard, right?
No, it's Darnell-Nurse.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, that
Bouchard
makes
actually
sense.
doesn't block as many shots as, even though he's the
I
top
just
talent
figured he's
killer.
on the ice all the time, probably.
Never in his own zone though.
Uh,
I mean,
Block shots
if you
leader
look at
is now
some of
Colton
these,
Parayko, but Noah Dobson is one block shot behind the lead for block
wow,
shots.
really,
And Darnell Nurse is fourth.
wow, because he's in the defensive
Where's the
zone
highest
all the
ranking
time.
Canuck?
I want to say
Wait,
Pedersen.
where is the highest rank? The highest ranking Canuck is 39th. It's Tyler Myers.
That makes sense.
What the heck? Wait, I gotta sort this by forwards. Ah, it's Elias Pettersson still. Let's go.
I told you, like DPD.
No. Forwards. I sorted it by
Ah,
forwards.
okay. We should look at some of these playoff matchups actually. Now that you mention it, just
When the
by
hell did I mention it?
because you mentioned that we've got some sick
What the hell
playoff
did I
matchups
mention?
overall.
I was talking about block shots.
Before that, anyways. So in the East, I'm just gonna read them out for you. In the East, we've got Tampa versus Montreal. Boston,
Wait. No, we don't.
we do. Oh no,
We have
you're right.
Tampa versus
You're
Buffalo right now.
right. No. No, I'm talking by points percentage.
By points percentage.
You're actually right though. It's Tampa.
Doesn't matter if you
Boston.
don't get them. Wait, even by points percentage. Oh, never mind. I see it. I see it now.
Yeah, Tampa,
Because
Boston,
Tampa is above Detroit.
Detroit, Buffalo. That would be insane.
That would suck.
That would suck. No, I mean it does suck that only one of those two can make it to the second round because they're both.
No, I
Pretty
don't know.
solid.
I don't want to see two teams that haven't made playoffs in a while going at it. I want to see them face teams that make like I want every series to have a team that is an actual threat in playoffs and has been.
I see. There's some old-time rivalry there. Detroit Buffalo had some good past, but you've also got Carolina Montreal. That would, I think, sadly for Montreal, that would be a beatdown, but that would be a pretty sick series,
I
maybe
don't know.
5 or 6. You've also got Pittsburgh Islanders again. It's probably the
Terrible.
one I'm looking forward to the least.
That's awful.
But I would like to see that round 2 in the Metro. Either Penguins, well, if it's Penguins Carolina, I don't want to see Islanders. I really don't.
No, I don't want to watch that at all. I'm hoping that the Habs would win that one too. Like Penguins Habs would be fun.
You know, what I'm realizing here is there's no good teams in the East. Like besides Tampa,
Yeah,
I don't think there's any
no,
good
there's no
teams.
good teams at all.
I understand they're in the top 10, but I just look at them and I'm like, I feel like Colorado, Minnesota, Dallas would absolutely demolish you.
Okay, let's go to the West. The West is more interesting.
It is much more interesting. So you'd have Vegas and Utah, and then Colorado, San Jose. Oh, those are
I
fine.
think
Those are amazing.
Utah would kill Vegas. I think Utah would rub their dick all
I-
over Vegas's mouth.
I actually agree. I really do agree.
I think in terms of upper end scoring, Vegas has them, but Utah's isn't like that far behind. In terms of depth scoring, I question Vegas a little bit there. In terms of defense, I mean Sergachev versus Theodore is a pretty good matchup. And then after that, I mean, I don't like a lot of what Vegas has. They just had added Anderson, but he could always play like he did last year and be shit. In goal, it's not even close. Utah has them by a mile. Vemelka's been really good this year,
Yeah,
and
I,
especially
I agree
recently.
with that. I really am not impressed by. I mean, they're literally a 500 team if it was the NBA type records. Like they're 25 and 20.
Yeah.
It's I understand those points do kind of mean something. Like you made it tied 360, 65, but I mean Vegas has absolutely nothing going on in goalie. It's not quite Ottawa levels right now, but there's no answer, and you can see that their confidence is kind of shaken by the fact that they don't really have someone they can rely on back there. Maybe they make a deadline move for a goalie.
So
I don't know who that would be, but
they
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 pounce on
are
trades.
they are 8-2-0 last 10, but Utah's 8-1-1 last 10. So Utah
Ooh,
still owns.
they've crawled back in it. They've really crawled back in it. In the
Wow, all
West,
the teams at the top of the Central have been struggling recently.
hmm. I mean that Dallas Minnesota series is going to be
Oh,
awesome. It's going to be awesome.
it would be yeah. I mean there's just so much to love from that series. That's easily going to be my most anticipated first round series. I feel because either one of those teams are like Stanley Cup contenders. But then whoever gets through that has to then go face probably Colorado, unless San Jose pulls off a miracle, and that's not fun either. I think whatever team wins Dallas, Minnesota, if they can beat Colorado, they are in such a good position to go all the way because that is. I don't think you're going to face tougher teams after that.
My only issue is it kind of happens every year where once they get to the conference final, they're just dead tired. Like their top guys the past 2 years against Edmonton have basically done absolutely nothing because they're riding them 25 minutes a night. Especially when you have these really close overtime games, it kind of sucks. So I think if Dallas just wipes the floor with Minnesota or vice versa, though I think that would be a lot less likely, then I think they probably could beat Vegas or Edmonton, whoever comes out of the Pacific. And we'll talk about that series too, Edmonton, Anaheim. But Dallas,
Edmonton would
I really
destroy them
hate their depth. I really do hate their depth for Dallas, and I really don't trust that goalie duo in the playoffs because it's consistently kind of sunken them against.
against Edmonton. But that's Edmonton.
But I mean, I do like Colorado. I think their issue early on was they had faced no adversity. Well, they faced some adversity recently. They've had a couple injuries. They've kind of sunken down the last few games. Like you said, they're kind of struggling, all three teams. But I don't love their entire team. I still have questions about the goalie duo, but you can say that about basically any team in the league besides like the Lightning right now. So it's a really interesting division. I just really hope that Minnesota doesn't. I need to see them win a series.
You don't have any. You don't have any questions about the Lightning's goalie tandem.
No.
Like if Vasilevsky goes out, you're happy
Oh,
with
even
Jonas Johansson.
as a tandem, yeah, Jonas Johansson is one of the worst goalies in the league. I don't know why they chose him to be their backup.
I mean, I don't think there's a lot of question on Utah's right now because Vamelka has been pretty good all season. He's been especially good recently. I have faith in him right now. I mean, maybe in playoffs because we haven't seen him in playoffs.
Yeah,
But
that's my only issue.
anyway, yeah, Dallas forward depth is a lot different than it was last year. Last year, like that third line, I can't remember who. What they had like Ben Duchesne, Sagan down there
They all
back
suck now.
when Duchesne and Sagan were still good. Sagan's broken now. Duchesne sucks. But that would look good. Now, I mean, they have a lot more random people. Like Adam Ernie's been getting time. Justin Ritzkovian's found a permanent spot, and Ritzkovian has been pretty good. He's not a bad depth option, but they certainly don't seem as scary as they were last season. It's also the fact that Thomas Harley has fallen off dramatically. But they are still a very good team. I mean, that top end scoring with Robertson,
Yeah.
Rantanen, Hintz,
Yep.
Johnston, that is still very scary. And then Haskinen's been solid again this season. I don't think I'm too worried about their goalies. I think their goalies are good. DeSmith is a good backup, and Ottinger's one of the better starters in the league, even if they sink against Edmonton. I mean, what are you going to do when Connor McDavid decides that he wants to score on you? He
I,
kind of just scores
I
on you.
think that power play will be the key to winning the cup for Dallas this year. They need to. It's possible they need to outproduce the Oilers' power play if it comes to that. If it comes to that, and odds are they probably will at this point. I actually do believe that they can that the top stars on Dallas can outperform Colorado, because McKinnon occasionally has these off games where he's just angry, but it's so hard to catch him off kilter for a streak. Maybe for a game, but if you can pounce on that and go up like 2-0 off of a good game and a bad McKinnon game, maybe you run to it. But I mean, it's going 7 again. It's going 7 again, and I think they're going to beat Minnesota, so that's going to be the second round series.
I really want to see Nashville make the playoffs. They're only 3 points out. They do have one extra game played over all the three teams in front of them, but I think it'd be cool if Nashville really turned it around. And Stamkos has been crazy recently.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see them back in playoffs. Their arena is so ass right now. I don't know if you heard the hot mic from last night,
Yeah.
but nobody cares in that arena anymore. But during the playoffs, that atmosphere has been crazy at times. At other times, it's been bad. This is the most inconsistent arena in the NHL, I think, in terms of energy. Because, like, at
Yeah.
some points, you got the chants, the Danco, you suck. And you got wild energy. You have them, like, I remember during the Canucks series, they had a car painted in Canucks colors that people just got to smash
Outside.
with a
Yeah.
hammer. Like that, they really cared. But now it flips, and they're just bad. And then I remember an afternoon playoff game a couple years ago where it looked like half empty, half full in that arena. Like I'm so confused at Nashville fans. I can't tell if they have a passionate fan base or not, because sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. And so it doesn't even matter if they make playoffs or not. It's just like they all have mood swings. I guess yesterday it has been pretty bad in Tennessee weather-wise.
Yeah.
I know the Grizzlies game is
They're
um,
they're just kind of
postponed.
directionless. Like, they're super old, but they're nowhere near good enough to even be in contention for the cup. I mean, they're like three
No,
points out of the playoffs.
they
They
aren't
could
cup
definitely make
contenders,
it.
but they can make it. Yossi needs to be better. I do like that Luke Evangelist has had a breakout this season, both analytically and points wise. He's been very good ever since you know he signed his contract really late, started training really late. That might have affected him, but it didn't, clearly, because he's been very good. Stamkos has been really good as of late. Marchessault still sucks. Forsberg, good. They're very confusing. It's a very confusing team, but I would like to see them in playoffs. I don't know what team I'd want to see them make playoffs over, because I also really want to see Utah in playoffs, and I can't cheer against San Jose. So
Yeah, you just can't.
it's tough.
Like, I would
There's a
not
lot of
want them to
likable
make it
teams
over
this
San
year.
Jose at all. I just that but now that the Rangers have decided that they're going to do it, I think that's the next team that needs to rebuild. I believe they already kind of said something of that ilk. Now that they're kind of back in it, I can't see them selling, even though it probably would be best in the interest of, even short term, long term, it would be way better for them, instead of taking a stab at Colorado for 5 games, probably 4 games. I don't see any direction there, and I can imagine that the fans are probably unmotivated to show up for that.
I think if they fall out enough, you got to trade Stamkos, because no way his value is ever going to be as high as it is right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Again,
absolutely. He's playing like an $8 million player.
and trade Marchessault for a penny.
I don't even know if they can.
Maybe not. Trade Marchessault with 50% retained, along with a first round pick to some team, and take on a bad contract.
Their first round pick.
Yep.
That's
the way
a
you get
great
rid of
idea to
Marchessault.
rebuild. That's a great idea to rebuild.
At least you get rid of Marchessault. I think come playoff time, given the teams we have right now, I would be easily on the Utah wagon. I was on the Utah wagon earlier in the season. Like at the very start of the season, I was really high on them, and they struggled for a bit, but they've been good again recently. And I really like their team. They have such a fun team. The ownership clearly cares. And I think it's time that we see Keller back in the playoffs. It's been 5 years, I believe. I think the last time was the bubble, when Arizona fucking sucked.
Yeah,
I want
they
to
got
see
that
this
one
team
series win against
in
Nashville, and that
playoffs.
was it. That's the only thing that team, that rendition of this Coyotes Utah team, has ever done.
But man, that the top six they have, they want to add two also. So they I think they make a good move at the deadline, because Barrett Hayton as the 2C is not something that works at all. And Cooley's been out recently, so that has just driven up the need for Hayton more, which is not a good thing either. I think they need a center, but if you ignore Hayton in that top six, if they're fully healthy, you have Keller, center, Schmaltz, or Schmaltz, center, Keller, and then you have Gunther, Cooley, Paterka. That's just such a fun top six to
Nasty.
have.
Maybe they need Ryan
Their
O'Reilly.
depth hasn't been so good. Um, Jack McBain really fell off. He had a good season last season. Hasn't been as good this year. Brandon Tanev is awful. Kevin Stenlund hasn't really scored
He's been their
anything.
1C for quite a few games. Quite a few games here, like 4 or
Watson
5.
Krause has actually been a lot better than he was last
He's
season, so
decent.
that's nice to see Mr.
Yeah.
6'7" do his thing.
Oh.
Defensively, Nate Schmidt's been crazy.
Yeah. No,
And then,
that
you have
pairing with him and Marino has been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it's been one of the best
Sergachev,
pairings in the league.
Thursey, Cole, Marino, Nick DeSimone, pretty much replacement level player. Like, if they add to this team, it could be a very, very good team.
Yeah, they've
They
got
need
some
to make
young
some.
Russians with Boo there. I really, really want to see some of them work out because I feel like it's been a while since a young guy has really worked out. Besides Genther, but like he's a top pick. That was kind of no question. And yeah, but again, I mean, like a guy to come up and be a legit contributor. He's been good. Daniil Boo, but we'll see. They're like two
Okay.
pieces away from being a legit team.
Yeah, they need Cooley back. Cooley should be back soon. I also need him back for fantasy because I've been suffering without him. Oh yeah, also Yamamoto's been okay.
He's there.
He's been
He's
fine.
actually working back in the NHL.
Why is Kevin Rooney's headshot different than all the other? I don't know if I can. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can kind of see there's one guy there who's a square
Why is he a
headshot for some reason.
square? He's
I don't know.
special. Kevin Rooney. Just a random
Yeah.
1C plugin for some reason.
Bro, Liam O'Brien has more points than Brandon Tanev. Tanev is so ass. He needs to
Ooh.
retire. 38 games played, 0 goals, 2 assists, -12.
He used to be good.
Liam O'Brien's played 10 less games. How are you getting outscored by Liam O'Brien, who's played 10 less games than you?
Shameful.
Yeah. Anyway.
The one series we haven't talked about is Edmonton.
Oh, yeah, the Edmonton
Ducks.
Anaheim. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think that's actually got
that's-
upset potential for the Ducks because I think they could exploit a possible like Oilers defensive breakdown because their bottom two pairs really have not clicked. Like Wallman and Nurse haven't really found their place. They haven't found a consistent partner besides with each other, and then that kind of bit to be desired on the third pair. So for the first time in a while, I actually do believe the Oilers kind of have a middling defensiveness in the group. I don't know what it is. It might be just the fact that nobody in the bottom six is really a good defensive player. Like you've got that third line of Howard, Rostovic, Savoy. They create, but they're so small that they cannot really forecheck incredibly well, even though they try. So defense could hold the Oilers back here, but if they figure it out, they don't really have any issues. If they figure it out, it'll probably be a sweep because the Ducks have like I talk about the Oilers defense. The Ducks have a horrible defensive kind of group going for them right now. The blue line actually looks okay, but as a team, they allow a lot of chances. That's what having Jacob Trouba on your top pair does for you. Even though Jackson Lacombe, I love him, but like they've got so many young players on every single line that can contribute. Leo Carlson, legit 1C now. He was on a serious run, even though he kind of tailed off towards the end before he got injured and had that surgery. I would love to see that series just because you could see them on the come up. It would kind of remind me of a Kings Oilers series in 21-22 where it's a little closer than it seems, even though Edmonton is very good and they're a young team. Hopefully it goes out better for them than this current Kings roster, but I seriously I honestly believe in that Ducks team to go for a little bit of an upset.
I don't think they would. I think they can make it annoying because they do have good players. They have pretty good forward depth. And you have guys like Kreider and Granlund, guys who can be annoying and use their veteran experience while the young guys just explode offensively.
I mostly
think
say that because when
also-
the Oilers have bad like defensive breakdowns, the Kings really don't capitalize on them very well. Like they never will put up more than 3 or 4 goals, except for a really bad game for the Oilers here and there in the playoffs, but I think the Ducks have just the chance to capitalize on.
Okay, so as I was saying, I think the Ducks definitely have the Oilers in terms of goal, and I think Lucas Dostal could definitely go for like a heater in that series. But I still don't think they have any answer for McDavid, Draisaitl. I mean, when you really think about it, like how are they going to shut those guys down? I don't think they're going to.
No, it's
I think
it's
that's
wishful
still.
thinking,
I'd have
really.
Edmonton. I'd have Edmonton in 5.
I'd probably agree. It's wishful thinking to say they're going to upset, but I definitely believe in them more than the Kings or Seattle or not Utah
I have more faith in you. Sure,
or San Jose. I mean,
probably. I don't know. Maybe LA would have the miracle run from it being Kopitar's last season.
they have the one good thing they had going for them, which is like elite defensive structure. It's kind of broken down with having such a horrible blue line with ODC, Brian Dumoulin. Like
Yeah.
they,
Well,
I don't
they'll
get
be
it.
the ones laughing when yeah, they'll be the ones laughing when Cody Ceci scores the Game 7 triple overtime winner against you guys in round 1. Send you home packing. Make McDavid cry again. Hey, I was gonna say this earlier because I referenced the after 22 years Raymond Bourque thing. I have a Nux thought. I'm gonna read it out to you. I haven't posted it. I want you to tell me what you think of it. Okay?
Okay.
Why are we acting like 22 years was a long time for Ray Bourque to wait for a cup? I've been waiting for 22 years, and I still don't have any direction in life.
That's pretty good. I thought you were gonna say I still don't have a girlfriend. That would be good too.
Well, it would be good, but I think it's too pathetic. You know,
Yeah, it's a little too
this one is
pathetic.
funny pathetic. I think that's just sad pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I see that. I see the vision. You should post
Like,
two. You should post both.
nah.
Okay.
Okay, well, moving on to Canucks talk before we end this, because I guess I should say something. They did win a game. They won a game. They beat Washington, because Washington fucking sucks, clearly, from the game they played against Edmonton. Their ass. I kind of lost. I would have loved to have the losing streak keep going, but as I said last episode, I felt bad because some people were taking it really hard. So I'm glad that they got a win. It was a pretty fun win. I can't hate it. And then they turned around and a couple days later played against the Devils, lost 5-4, and it was an exhilarating loss. I mean, I loved it. Did you see what was happening when it was 6-on-5 for
I
Vancouver?
did
Like,
not. Oh
oh
no,
my
actually
god.
I did, yeah. That was insane.
Well, the one time Elias Pettersson going in butterfly to make a pad save on the empty net, that was funny. But the Devils had like 4 chances other than that to score on the empty net, and they just couldn't. And Vancouver scored 6-on-5, made it 5-4, and then pumped the brakes. Drew O'Connor did have a chance at the end. If they tied it, that would have been insane. But it was such a fun game to watch. I mean, you got a Bluger shorty in his second game back. You got Phil Peel playing really well. Linus Carlson scoring a goal. I like when Linus Carlson scores. It was a really fun game. I mean, that's exactly what I want from a Canucks game. Didn't get a point out of it and played well, made New Jersey scared. And I like New Jersey's one of those teams where they'll post memes after the game making fun of the team they just beat, and they did one for Vancouver. And I'm just thinking, like, I think the Canucks walk out of that game way happier than the Devils because the Devils still want to be competitive, but the Devils just struggled to hold a 3-0 lead against Vancouver and failed to score on the empty net 5 times. Whereas Vancouver fought back, didn't get a point, which they don't want a point, and still made it interesting. We scared New Jersey, and I don't think New Jersey has the room to make fun of us for what happened in that game.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're definitely way happier with the result than they are.
Nothing pisses me off more than not just taking the first chance you have on the empty. Stop. Like
Yeah.
if there is nobody in front of you, just take the shot. Like you're probably going to hit it. Most people in the NHL, you have been in hockey for your entire life. How many of these have you scored? Don't wait to like shovel it into the net. Just tap it from the red line. It's not that hard.
Th-
It pisses me
There
off.
was one. There was one specific part where they made an extra pass. I thought that the guy at center ice could have
Be
shot it, but
greedy.
all the other times were just like insane defense from the Canucks. Like One time I thought Jesper Bratt was gonna dangle Marcus Pettersson, and like he got around him, but then Marcus Pettersson, with the last ditch effort, stick checked him, got the puck off of him. It was beautiful. It was stuff like that where like before the Devils could even think, they just got the puck stripped from them. And I mean, I know when you're saying that, you're probably thinking of the Garnet Hathaway choke against
Yes.
Utah, where he could have shot it from the blue line, instead waited long enough for I think it was Schmaltz to stick check him,
Yeah.
and then Utah won. This one, I mean, other than that one extra pass, it was just insane defense from the Canucks, which they apparently can't do when they have a goalie in the net, because we've been one of the worst defensive teams in the league. But the defense they had, and especially Pedersen's save, it was really fun to watch. Like I was going crazy. I didn't think a Canucks game could have my heart racing like that, even though I didn't really care
Not
about the
this year.
outcome. But man, that was just quality hockey. It was a really really fun game.
To me, it kind of shows that despite being really like they're approaching the age where you should be not veterans, but you should know how to play the game. The Devils still don't really have that quality to their game where they're like not gritty, but they're intense. They show like will. There was no will to score on that empty net. They were passing it to each other. Like just be greedy and throw it. I think the Oilers used to do that, and now every single time that there's an empty net, it's just as soon as you get to the red line, you tap it in, and it's easy. Like you can burst forward, skate past the guy, but besides that, no fancy moves, no passing. Just get it in the net. Even take an icing, like take a shot from the ozone. It's better than giving it away.
At one point, I thought Markstrom was going to go for the empty net because he stopped the puck behind the net, and it was after the Devils had failed a couple times. And Markstrom feels like the type of goalie who would go for that,
And then get
but
scored
he
on.
didn't. Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Either he scores it or he gives the puck away and gets scored on. That's the kind of thing he would do there. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm really happy with how the past two Canucks games have gone. I mean, I got
Yeah.
a win finally, and it did feel good to win a game, even if it doesn't benefit us. And I'm really happy with the honestly the past three Canucks games ever since Edmonton thrashed them. I mean, that game against the Islanders, after that we lost 4-3, made it close, scared the Islanders a little bit. Won a game and then made it close with the Devils. That's I'm very happy with the past week of Canucks hockey.
Needed to wake up. The Edmonton game. The Oilers. I talked about their defense. The Oilers have held the Devils, the Islanders, the Capitals to like basically no chances for long stretches of time, and then there's just random defensive breakdowns, especially right in front of the net. Like I don't if you saw the first and the second goals on Ingram, which again I don't know really know why he got pulled because none of those goals were especially his fault, but it's just guys right in the slot and nobody even like Darnell Nurse is on his knees. The puck's not under you, buddy. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. They can stop the cycle very well, but sometimes on the rush they're just stupid. It's a little bit of an issue, but I mean they had that game against the Devils where I'm pretty sure they didn't allow a shot for the first 15 minutes of the third period while they were down and they were actually generating chances. Allen had a wonderful game. He always owns us, but it's a weird. It's been a weird couple stretch for the Oilers too.
You keep ending your sentences with something that I just can't possibly say anything to.
I think that was your cue to say we're done.
Okay, I think we're done here. I want to go watch football. Actually, I wonder what the score is right now.
14
Hey, do you
nothing.
want to hear all of my Nux thoughts that I have
Okay,
loaded up?
okay, let's hear. Oh, it's 7-7.
I made four last night, so you heard one of them. There's daily affirmations. I am not chopped. My hockey team will win the cup one day. She still wants me.
Pretty good.
There's in quotes, why do you even like watching hockey? Okay, well, first of all, I regularly don't. That's a solid one. That's one. And then, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This one's really good. Oh, actually, I have two more. Okay, I have one goal in life, and it is to eradicate the Vegas Golden Knights from the NHL.
Eh,
I don't even know if that was supposed to be funny. I think that's just no. That's the one that will do well
I
because
think you
people
got to
agree
you got
with
to
it. It's not
time
even
that.
supposed to be funny.
You got to time that for when
And
the
then
Golden
there's
Knights lose.
this one might be a collab post with Nux memes. They should make a spin-off of the NHL where something goes the way I want it to at some point.
That's awesome. I like that one.
So Oh wait, one more, and I think you're gonna like this one. I forgot about this one. I made it at 4:36 in the morning. I literally was trying to fall asleep, and then I thought of it, and I had to make it before I forgot it.
Okay.
Anybody else notice that JT Miller has been absolutely miserable ever since a Democratic Socialist took office?
True. I like that one. I like that one.
It is true. I thought about it. It's really funny. Ever since Zoran got in office, JT
He's just given up.
Miller has been really pissed.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, yeah, those are my next thoughts. I've spoiled them for anybody listening to the podcast, but it's 10-7 now for the Patriots.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, wait, nice.
We're cheering for the Patriots, aren't we?
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 No, I'm cheering for Jared Stidham.
I like May.
Actually, no, I don't know. Stidham? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Stidham.
I haven't really watched any of the game yet. I'm
Stidham.
gonna go figure it out. Go Broncos. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Pacific Perspectives podcast. We'll see you guys next week, where we will once again talk about hockey, and Xavier will do a hog reveal.
That's not
Goodbye.
gonna happen. Not gonna
Goodbye. Goodbye.